On January 2nd, gunmen whose identity are yet to be ascertained attacked the community of Tawari in Kogi local government area of Kogi State. The attack started at about 11:45 p.m. of that day and was on up till around 5 a.m. the following day while the community was sleeping. In the sporadic shooting, more than 20 people were reported to be killed, with some estimates putting the number of dead as high as 29. Households were set ablaze along with other buildings, churches, and even the palace of the Tawari ruler. The attack has drawn condemnation from many quarters, describing it as an act of cowardice, an act of bloodthirsty criminal elements. The Aguma of Tawari, His Royal Highness HRH Idris Yusuf Tawari, joins us in the Daily Trust studio this minute, days after the attack. Devastation brought onto your community by this attack, is it as reported in the media, or the scale has gone higher than what was reported?
It is as reported in the media, but it has, now that I'm here, you have detail.
The casualty figure, is it the 20 reported, 29? What exact casualty figure do you have?
The exact figure as today, because there was initially 23 people. Later on, the number of casualties increased to 25.
After the attack, some media quoted you as saying that your community members heard the attackers speaking in Hausa language, and you were actually quoted as saying that the attackers were Fulani. Do you still stand by this identification of the attackers?
My community tells me they are Fulanis.
Okay.
But as far as I'm concerned, the situation I found myself, I could not identify which nationality. But I know that my community was attacked and I was attacked. At the time, from 11:45 on the 2nd of January, sporadic shooting was going on in my town. And various people in their houses were murdered and shot dead because they came from the Nasarawa part of the land, as if they come from Nasarawa state to our place. And they entered and slaughtered the chief imam of my mosque. They killed my secretary, traditional council secretary, who doubled as APC chairman for the community. They killed so many men and wounded some women. But they made sure they never kill a woman, only men. And the young people they kill are those people who are supposed to grow and take over from the elders. As I'm talking to you, there are only 2 elders left in my town. They blow off my palace, blow off the police house. I built 5-room and parlor for police from my pocket. I didn't ask government to give me a dime, but because I love security. The police officer in charge of the rest was shot. His car got burnt. They followed me to where I sleep. They entered my room. I was hiding behind wardrobe. They shut down my bed. God help me, I was safe. They went into the town, broke all the windows of the mosque. The dispensary that was built by missionary through the help of our young man, Professor Phyllis Shokolo. They scattered all the hospital, went into our churches and destroyed the church. There are 2 churches. One was built in 1952 while I was a kid.
In the days and months leading to that day, the January 2nd, Was there ever any indication of an imminent attack? Was there an issue with the community and other community around that could pose fear in the people that something might happen?
We have the Basas, the Waris, the Ganaganas. We have the Fulani and the Hausas who are raiding their cow. We never had any quarrel. We pray together. We do everything together as one community. That is why anybody from Tawari say, I'm a native of Tawari, not one tribe.
Those that died, the victims of the attack, was it an indiscriminate killing? Was it just targeted at one tribe, or every tribe has its own fair share in the killing?
The two tribes had fear of their killing. The Basa people had more. The Gwari people had about 2 to 3. And some people were burnt down, like roasting a chicken or a cow, like barbecue. You cannot explain this thing unless you see it.
Since the day of the attack, a joint operation comprising of the police, navy, army, civil defense, and the DSS and vigilante has been up in Tawari, according to report. Has that improved the feeling of security?
As at now, there are no natives in Tawari. You cannot get more than 10 or 12 people. Everybody has run away for their safety in FCT, in Niger State, in Lokoja and other places. There are armed policemen, there are armed soldiers littered around to safeguard the people. They've been going around to see how they will keep peace. But there are no human beings to be guided. Very, very few people are left in my place.
As the Aguma of Tawari, despite the fact that what you said now, that the inhabitants of the town have dispersed, just a few, you still have contact with the people, and as the leader yourself, what are the major concerns of the people now?
Now, security agents are there. My main concern now, how to get my people back to the town. The federal government, the state government have already been trying to help me out, to give us supplies of equipment to help our people.
Your Royal Highness, the Aguma of Tawari, thank you for joining us in the studio today. We really appreciate your coming. Thank you very much.